Hi y'all, we're back. Hoping that it works. I think that it's the internet connection, to be honest. I mean, we are in Costa Rica. The screen has gone blank again, but I'm guessing it's very, very weird. I'm guessing you can see us. So I'm just going to check.
Give us thumbs up, give us hearts.
Yeah, I'm just going to check on the other screen. Something's going on. I think his energy is just super powerful.
That's right. Check it.
So let's have a little look.
Part 2, there we are.
Okay.
So, I mean, we are in Costa Rica.
I need to pause it.
The screen's gone blank again. I'm guessing.
Hang on.
Tune in, peeps, tune in.
Okay, we got you. Okay, you're here. So, let's go back to where we were. So, you were talking about the fire.
Okay, so drop the addictions in the fire. Grandfather took them from me. And so I asked him pretty much if he could help my father with his addictions. And like I said, part of the reason why I wanted to come here is so I can kind of rekindle that relationship with my dad, because I knew I just didn't have the heart to do it. And now I do. So when I go home, I'm going to go see him and I'm going to have a little chat with him.
Yay!
So yeah, so that was the two really, really profound things that happened on my second night. Brad pulled out that piece of shit guy that I've become. And I let my addictions go, and it gave me the strength to, kind of help my dad along.
So amazing. I can't wait for you to connect.
Yeah.
And see what happens there. And then Wednesday, ladies' night, how was that? Ladies' night was great.
Sarah was awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone was awesome. Like, what a great energy.
Yeah.
And so I was like kind of, at this point, actually after the second night, I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. And I was really, really upset on Wednesday. And we had, I can't remember if it was Paula's class maybe, but I sat beside V2. And what a character he is. He's that Asian guy.
Oh, yeah. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's a freaking legend. I love you, V2. I love you. But I sat beside him, and Paolo was saying, where do you think you are? Are you here, 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 here? And V2 said, you're here, buddy. Like, you're on step 1 still. And he goes, you need to fucking surrender.
Oh.
And it stuck with me. He just kept, every time he saw me, he'd be like, surrender, Gord. And I said, yeah, I do have to surrender. And that's it. So I kind of was to myself that day, and everyone could see it in my face, I think. I was like quiet. And I remember walking by Ronnie a couple times, and she's like, Gord, you on a mission? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. And so at one point, I went into my room actually right before ceremony. I think it was like an hour before ceremony, an hour and a half. And I went into my room, and I'm like, I'm going to meditate.
Yeah.
And I laid in my bed, and I put on some binaural beats, and I put on binaural beats for surrender.
Oh.
And I just laid there, and because I knew I had to like completely surrender to the medicine, because I was like fighting it. And so I laid there, and it was an hour long, and then I think it was about 5 o'clock by the time it was finished. And I was just like overwhelmed with emotion after like it finished, and I'm like getting ready for ceremony, and I just like feel this like sadness, and it was because I had got myself to the point where like I sat up in my bed after, and I'm like, I'm ready to die.
Mm-hmm.
And like genuinely like ready to die. Like I was crying because I'm like, I'm gonna die tonight, And I just had that mentality, and I walked to the Maloka, and I was just like, I felt like scared, and I felt like literally like I was gonna die. Like I truly convinced myself that I was gonna die. I walked in the Maloka, and I got my spot. I went to my spot. I had been there. This was my 3rd night there, and I sat down, and I just like got in my meditation position and closed my eyes, and I started doing breath work, and I was just like hysterically bawling my eyes out.
Aww.
Like I literally couldn't even breathe properly because I was like, because I fucking thought I was gonna die. And like, I'm just like, I'm going,
I've been there.
and I just kept saying that. I'm ready to fucking die. And they called, and literally when they called me up for the medicine, I had been doing the breath work so hard that I felt drunk when I stood up. And I was like, whoa. And I was like bawling my eyes out, and I walk up in line, and literally I was hysterical in line. Like, you know, a couple people are looking at me, and people even said they noticed me. Like I was just like bawling, like so hard. Like I felt like I was walking to my death.
Aww.
And like I was in line, and I felt like once I got to the end, like you just feel like, you know, and like you're just dead. And so my intent was different when I got up there and I saw Brad and I looked at him and it wasn't Brad. It was Sarah and Stacy. Oh my God, Stacy. I love you so much, Stacy. When I was sitting there crying on my bed before I got up, Stacy came over to me. And I told her and I said, you know, it hasn't been working for me and stuff. And she's like, you're going to get it tonight and stuff. And I even walked up to Gula and she gave me the raw pay and she even said, you're going to get it tonight. Like, don't worry. And I was just crying. I'm like, I'm ready to die. I just kept saying, I'm ready to die. So then I went up and Stacy's like, come in my line. So Stacy was there and she's like, I'm going to get Sarah to give you extra. So that was the night I drank 4 cups of the shit and that worked. I feel like next time I just got to go for like start off at 4 or maybe just drink like half a pitcher and then give her. So I walked up and I looked at Stacy and I was just like, like hysterical.
Aww.
And they gave me the cup of the stuff and I said, I'm ready to die. And I drank it and then they refilled it. And then I said, I'm ready to die. And I drank it. And I went and I sat down. And as soon as I sat down, I was calm. Right? And it was so weird because I was like literally fucking hysterical. Like minutes prior, like seconds prior, right before I sipped the stuff, I was bawling my eyes out and I sat down. And that was the night I connected with Mother. And the first thing she said to me was, Gord, you did it.
Aww.
You did it. And I was like, hi, beautiful. You know? And it was so fucking insane this night. So insane. This is Wednesday night on ladies' night was when I got everything all in one shot. Like incredible. Even like on the 4th night, I didn't get anything and it all just happened Wednesday. So I like, you know, they say you gotta hold the medicine in for like 30 to 40 minutes or whatever, for it to like really kick in and have like the effects of it. So I sat there and I just waited and I could literally like hear her. She's like, you did it. And she's like, okay, just wait. Don't sit down, you know? And she's like, wait the 40 minutes sort of thing. And she kind of like, she helped me through, you know, she gave me like the strength. And I was sitting there and then I started like, and like moving. And that's how I knew like it was kicking in.
Aww.
And then I just heard like lay down, right? So I laid down. And I didn't see any fractals or anything, but I think I guess I did for a sec. Like it's kind of hard, like you know what it's like. It's kind of hard to like remember because like
There's so much that happens.
yeah, like it's words can't describe it. And so they have the Trinity here. So the Trinity is show me who I've become, merge me back with my soul at all costs, and heal my heart. So I knew I had already had step 1. So, you know, the intent was kind of, you know, find my soul sort of thing, right? It's gonna happen. It does. Holy shit. So, you know, it was just kind of waiting and like I saw the fractals and I was like, at that point I had completely surrendered and I was like I said, I'm like, hi, beautiful. And like, because she finally had showed herself to me and stuff like that. And out of nowhere, I was brought back to this memory of when I was in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
And like literally just like like, and you see it, like, and it's right there, and it's like so clear and like so vivid. But the memory was back in elementary school. I don't even remember what grade it would have been, but we had a Christmas concert, and where like the kids sing or whatever, and I was kind of like had established myself as a drummer at that point. My dad actually, he helped me get my first drum, and it was a snare drum. So I had a snare drum, and the teacher asked me if I wanted to play the little drummer boy in front of the school. And I'm like, fucking right, I do, because that's like, I like took pride in it. And so it brought me back to that concert, and I saw myself on stage, and I saw myself playing that thing, and I'm like, oh my God, like, that's my soul. Like, you just know when it happens. You fucking know that it's your soul. And it was like showing me like visions of me up on stage, and it was so wild. It was like, oh my God, there you are. Like, how could I have ever forgotten about you?
Aww.
Like, how could I have ever forgotten about that memory? And it was just like showing me that. Like, when I was playing that drum line that day, I was in a trance. And it showed me how, in that moment, when I was playing that song, that little boy literally knew everything that was going to happen in his life. Like, everything. He knew, because when he stood up there, he represented strength. Mm-hmm. He represented courage. He represented, just like inspiration and knowledge, and that boy, he had it all. And well, it's me, I guess. And it just kind of showed me like, this is who you are, man. Mm-hmm. And the medicine kept going, and it was Mother. And thank you so much for helping me find him. And it kept going, you're the little drummer boy.
Aww.
And I'm a drummer back at home. Like, I've been playing drums like for like 16 years or whatever, right? Like, I was in a band, a couple bands actually, and I'm in a band now. So, and everyone knows me as the drummer back at home, right? So the medicine kept going, you're the little drummer boy. And I went, what does that mean? And it's like, And I'm like, what? You're like, what? Like, it doesn't register at first, and then you see the vision, and it shows you a little bit more, and then it's like, you're the little drummer boy. And it kept repeating it, you're the little drummer boy. And I'd be like, what does that mean? You're the little drummer boy. What does that mean? And I knew it was because I'm here to represent strength. I'm here to be influential. I'm here to, I don't know, just be that boy that was on that fucking stage that day. Because he knew everything that's ever happened to me, my accident, what I'm supposed to do, who I'm supposed to be with, everything. He knew in that moment when he was playing. I guess I knew technically.
Yeah.
And so at that moment, I knew I'm fucking merged.
Yeah.
Like, I'm merged. Like, holy shit! Wow, I cannot believe that. And then. And the music too, like the music totally guides you through this whole thing. The music is unreal here, by the way.
Right?
I need to get that playlist big time. And like, they do live music too, and it's so beautiful. But yeah, so I was just like, and I think like some happy music came on. And sometimes even like the lyrics of the songs are like literally like exactly what you're feeling at the time. And I was just like, I'm so sorry, I'm never gonna let you go again. Like, I've got you, man. I'm never ever gonna forget about you again. And I was just crying, and I'm like you just feel like, it's just like, oh, you're just like this, like just reconnected.
Yeah, because we're designed to split. So in the womb or up until about 3 or 5 years old, we're designed to split, and we become the actor or the actress in our life. And it's just a protective personality. So the ego takes over to protect us from whatever the trauma was that made us split.
Yeah.
But it's designed because we're at school, so we're just learning and remembering who we truly are. Mm-hmm. And so the medicine takes you back to who you truly are.
Literally. And it shows you it in like the most profound way. And it's so amazing. It's so beautiful. Like, so beautiful. But yeah, we're designed to split because that's what this life's all about. It's all about reemerging and finding out
who you truly are. Because
who you are, right?
consciousness experiencing consciousness. So it's just
Yeah,
about
it's
learning.
like, holy shit.
And so you'll go back and you'll see where your split was
Yeah.
in most parts. Sometimes you don't, but you just know that you've merged back with the true essence of you. Then you start living from the highest frequency, that joyous, playful, innocent, beautiful being of light.
Oh my God.
That was everything and more before the world got their hands on you. So it's just about reconnecting with who you are. And it sounds so beautiful. And I love that you love the music. So on the music part, I have a playlist on my YouTube channel.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Sick.
If you go to Candice Marie Fox and go to Medicine Music, you'll be able to tap into some of the music that we have in ceremony and just, connect with it or reconnect with it before you come back here.
Oh, that'll be great to meditate to, for sure.
Oh, yeah. And I've got meditation music on there, and I've got awakening documentaries.
Nice.
So how was Thursday night? The all-night party with
hold on.
Oh, you got more?
Sorry.
No, go for
Wednesday, everything happened.
Okay. Oh, okay, go for it.
So after the whole merging part, it was kind of like, okay, just get ready. She's like, the next drink is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Literally within like a couple minutes, it was like, it's now time for the second drink. And I'm like, holy fuck. Like, I was just like right in tune, eh? So I walked up and I was just like, this time it was like, not like I'm ready to fucking die, hysterically crying. It was like, I was like crying tears of joy. And I walked up to Stacy and I looked at her and I smiled and I said, I found my soul.
Oh.
And she's like, oh my God. And I said to Sarah, I found my fucking soul. And so they gave me a cup and I said, heal my heart. Because that's the next step, right? Took the drink. They filled me up another one. Took the drink. Went, laid down. I'm like, laid down. And, or actually I sat up first until Mother said lay down, and I laid down. And once she like really connected with me, she's like, I'm like, okay, heal my heart, right? Like, I want a heart. She's like, your heart's already healed, Gord.
Mm.
And that's what they say, like it happens like bing, bing, right? Like once you merge, your heart is just healed. So my heart was healed, and then, so this was the crazy fucking part. Crazy. So she's like, do you want to meet somebody? And I was like, okay. And
tell me more.
And I know this is going to sound weird.
So
but
we speak about aliens and everything on here.
yeah, true. So many people saw aliens. I didn't see any. That's okay.
There
That's
was
fine.
a lot of aliens this week.
Yeah, tons. And I think even Raw came down too. A couple of people saw Raw. But she's like, do you want to meet someone? And I said, yeah, sure. And I met the creator. And I'm talking like, call it God, call it whatever you want. But he was there, and it was a he for me. And I was directly talking to him, fucking directly talking to him. And he's like, hello, nice to meet you. And I'm like, holy shit, right? Like, is that you? But so the way he showed himself to me was, he was an architect.
The bloody good one at that.
Yeah, and like even like Mitra, they talk about like the architecture of life, and I truly I've always truly believed that the creator is an architect, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's super crazy. And he started it all off with, he was talking about the movie The Matrix, and he said to me, he said, you know the movie The Matrix? And I said, yeah. Get this. He goes, the movie The Matrix is a documentary. And I know you guys have seen the picture of Keanu Reeves, where it's like The Matrix is a documentary.
Yeah.
And people go, ha, 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 yeah, whatever. No, seriously, like the medicine told me, like the Matrix is a documentary about me. And I'm like, the architect, right? So he showed himself to me as an architect. And I always had this weird, kind of hunch. And he totally verified that every hunch I've ever fucking had is because I knew already.
Yeah.
And I get the hunch because you already know. And so he was an architect, and he goes, you want to see something? And I'm like, yeah. And he just kept going, you want to see something? And I'm like, fucking send it through, bud. Like, let's do this. And he showed me everything. He showed me how I saw him in his office, and he showed me how it started, how he was consciousness at first, and then he projected himself, and he projected himself again, and it created the flower of life sort of thing. But eventually I saw him as a being, And I kept seeing him as he's depicted in the Matrix, where he's kind of like sitting in his chair like this with his leg crossed, and he just kind of sits there like, and that's how he sits eternally, and he just watches his creation, right? So he showed me his office, and I saw papers all over the wall, and I saw him like frantically like connecting things and like planning out everything that's ever existed, the universe, fucking Earth. I saw his blueprint of the body, of the human body, and I saw all of his notes of how everything works, like the respiratory system, the nervous system, everything, and just paper scattered, like picture just the most chaotic thing. But when there's chaos, it's trying to find order, right?
Yeah.
And he showed me like, this is what I did, and he did it in 7 days, not 7-hour days, because 24-hour time is a human construct, right? And I was just like, oh my God, and I just had this like unbelievable appreciation for him. And then he showed me how everything that's ever happened for me in my life is a gift, and not just what's happened in my life, what's happened in your life, what's happened in my soul family's life, what's happened in everyone's life, what's ever happened ever, like in ancient times, everything that's ever happened, everything that I've ever researched, everything that I've ever been fucking intrigued by, everything that I've ever looked at, everything was all for you. And it is for you. Like, and he kept saying, it's the perfect story. It's the perfect story. Everyone's story is the perfect story. And some people get thrown curveballs, you know? I felt like I've been really lucky in life, you know? Like, I feel like the universe has fucking spoiled me. And I came here, and one of my questions was, why, you know, why am I so spoiled and other people aren't, sort of thing, right? And he's like, you know, everyone is spoiled. It's the perfect story. Everyone has the perfect story. Mm-hmm. And he just like, I'm like, what do you, like, I'm laying there like, what do you mean that everyone in this room and everything they've ever been with is for me? Like, what? How? And he showed me how, and he said, this is like, you know, this is how. And I'm like, I just kept going, what? Like, how? And every time I said how, his quote was, everything just is. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, that's so fucking beautiful. And because that's how he made it. Everything happens the way it's supposed to happen in life.
No labels, it's just...
Yeah, and you know, if you're ever going through any shitty times, guys, like, just know that it's a gift, and try and find the lessons in it, you know, in the sadness, in the depression, in the anger and everything, because your story is the perfect story. It is. And I was just like, holy fuck, man, like, you are incredible. And he's like, I know. It's funny, you guys said the medicine has a sense of humor, and it swears, and literally like swears at you, you know what I mean?
Totally.
And
what
it was
an
crazy.
epic Wednesday you've had.
Yeah, it was so crazy. So he showed me that, and then he'd be like, understand? And I'd say, yeah. And I'm like, okay, now what? And then we got into my accident. Mm-hmm. So I'll tell you about my accident. So in 2008, I was involved in a motor vehicle accident that should have absolutely taken my life. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I don't know if you can see my scar there, but I got a nice scar. So my arm busted in half this way. And I was airlifted right from the scene, and I was put into surgery that night. So, and I woke up 24 hours later. And I don't remember a thing. Like, the memory of my accident is completely like wiped from my memory, like completely gone. And like I said, I woke up 24 hours later in ICU, like, what the fuck happened? So yeah, my arm busted in half this way. My elbow was ejected from my body. They found it on the road the next day, sent it to a different hospital in a different region. It stayed in the fridge for 2 weeks, and I had this contraption called an external fixator, where I would hold this piece kind of together with a bar. And they put my elbow back in 2 weeks later. I broke my left femur in half, and that's usually a kill shot right there, because that's where your femoral artery is, right? My right radius broke, my right wrist broke, I had a skull fracture from the corner of my eye through to my temple. My jaw split in half like this. Pretty much my whole mandible was shattered. It broke my right foot. and my right lung collapsed. And I lost like 2/3 of my blood. Like when they got there, like I was like bleeding out. Like I should have been a fucking goner.
Yeah.
But when the firefighters and stuff got there, like I was alive and I was like fully conscious, like, you know. And they worked on me for 90 minutes to cut me out with the jaws of life, and then I got airlifted right to Hamilton, and I was put in surgery and whatever. And I guess in the morning after the surgery, the firefighters went to go visit my mom, and you know they told her how brave I was, and they're like, he was like completely conscious, but they said that I was like looking forward, right? Like I was like zoned, and they're like, someone was with your son that night. So I was thought, well, maybe it's my grandfather, maybe it's my guardian angels and stuff. And really recently, actually, in the past couple months, I got this hunch, again, another hunch, that what if that night when I had my accident, what if that night I was looking at myself? Like I was looking at myself 11 years in the future when I finally find Rythmia and I finally find out about plant medicine and, you know, the medicine brings me back there. What if I was looking at myself that night? So the creator goes, do you want to see your accident? And I'm like, I don't know, do I? And it's like, do you? And I'm like, I don't know, I don't have to, I guess, like, it doesn't really matter. And I said, who was with me that night? And he's like, you know. He's like, it was you. So he just like, again, he just fucking validated that it was me I was looking at. Because I felt like, oh, maybe I was there and like, I saw myself and I was looking at myself and I'm like, dude, don't worry, you're going to be fine. Like, you're going to make it, right? Like, you get through this, bro. Like, you're fucking strong. And it was. So he goes, you got it? I said, yep. He goes, next. Threw it. And I said, well, why am I here then? He goes, because you're the little drummer boy. And I'm like, what does that mean? And he goes, you know. Before I came here, you know, I'll tell you, Jerry, he's my hero. You know, he's my absolute hero. Much like my boss is my hero back at home. And actually, funny story, so I do architecture back at home, and my career was gifted to me. Like I didn't finish school or anything, and you know, I was doing construction with a dear friend of mine, and you know, him and I kind of separated. You know, we kind of went like that, and I said, I can't do this with you anymore. And that day that I quit my job, my new boss called me, and like I had always looked up to him because I knew him because he's like the local architect, and I was like, I want to work there. I want to work there. This guy's a freaking legend. I love this guy. He's like, I want to be just like him. And he literally called my cell phone that day. I quit my fucking job, literally. And he's like, hey, Gord. And I'm like, what?
I just love that.
Yeah. And he's like, you know, what are you doing right now? And I'm like, you know, nothing. He's like, do you want a job? So I quit on Friday and I started with him on Monday.
Wow.
Unreal. So yeah, I know, right? Like, and just being in tune with all this and doing the plant medicine, I see every synchronicity that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Ever happened in my life.
It's the power of the mind and the thoughts.
Absolutely. So yeah, so where the hell was I going with that? Jerry.
Yes.
So Jerry, he's my fucking hero too.
Yeah.
Because what he did for this planet is like incredible.
Yeah.
This place is magic. There is no other place like this on Earth. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
This place is just amazing. And I have a passion for sharing all this information and spirituality with people now.
Yeah.
And anyone who asks me about it, I love it. And
you should get your own YouTube channel.
We're getting there.
Yeah, you should.
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what the medicine said. And it's funny because again, it just validated what I already knew. And I said, and I even said this to a few people before I came. I said, I want to open a center, or I want to open a place where people can have this experience, because everybody on this fucking planet needs to feel the way that I feel about plants. There's no clear truth. There's not. This medicine is truth, period. It's fucking truth serum, okay? Harry Potter to the max. And
it's so funny.
Yeah, so it was just like, why am I here? You're the little drummer boy. What does that mean? You know, it's because I'm supposed to help people get their miracle. And I, before I came, I'm like, I want to open a center, and he just kind of goes, yeah, like that's what you're gonna do. That's why you're here. You know why you're here. And I was like, holy fuck. And like something happened even like last week or 2 weeks ago where I came across, like, I have access to a building now that's zoned institutional, which is, the zoning that you would need to open something like this. And the medicine told me I'm supposed to write a book. Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He's like, you're gonna write a book. And I'm like, what, me? And he's like, yeah, you. And I said, and I thought about it, and I almost had like a memory that, yeah, I am supposed to write a book. And it's so funny because I don't know if it happened in like a dream or a premonition or something, but again, in like the months leading up to this, I saw the name of my book, and I asked the medicine, I said, what's the name of it? And it goes, you know what the name is. And I was like, holy fuck, you're right. And I couldn't think of it, and I thought of it the next day. And the name is going to be Mother Medicine. Or I was thinking about maybe saying it in Spanish, like Mama Medicina.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I don't know. So we'll see what happens. But apparently I'm supposed to write a book. I don't know.
Yeah, you've got a very inspirational story. It's amazing. And you definitely, like, judging by the extent of your injuries, you definitely probably shouldn't have been here. It's like crazy. And didn't the medicine say to you that that was your sacred surgery?
Yeah. So I got the sacred surgery after he showed me everything. I just got a couple more things that he showed me that I want to mention first. But in regards to that, he's kind of like, this is what you're gonna do and stuff, and I totally just lost my train of thought. Sorry.
It's okay. But, you've got lots to share.
Yeah. What else did it show me? It showed me that, that's why I didn't die, because I knew in that moment when I was playing that drum line, I knew that that's why I'm here. Oh, I remember now. After my accident, they actually, my hometown and all my friends and family, they put on a fundraiser for me.
Really?
Yeah. Aww. When I got out, because I was in the hospital for 3 months, and they put on a fundraiser for me. They called it Gordo Fest.
Aww.
And my band played there. And
I can see you've got a lot of fans and followers, like people.
I love you fucking guys.
People
man.
keep talking to you through here.
And honestly, I've never felt so like loved and so cared for in my life. And I lost that, as the years went by. Like, it's been, like, it was 2008, so it's been 11 years since my accident. And that, like, I felt like I was so influential because people would be like, you're so strong, like, I'm so proud of you. And literally, if it wasn't for you guys, like, I wouldn't have made it this far. Like, I literally wouldn't have restored myself to, almost 100%. I'm not 100%, but I'm 100% here now. And so I'm supposed to be influential, Love you too, Chantel. That's my cousin.
Hi,
and I'm supposed to be influential. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
And I didn't really want to say this out loud, but it's like, next. And it showed me who my soulmate was. And I'm like, really? I'm like, are you sure? And because you ask, are you sure? Because like you don't know if you're making up the visions or if it's actually from the medicine. And may or may not have shown me a baby to validate that.
So, I mean, there's always an underlying message. So whether she gives you a specific message and you've, like, your ego or something has made a story out of it, there's still an underlying message in that, right? So you have to just remember that it's basically saying and preparing you for your potential family and for your soulmate.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was just like so clear, It's like, and then it just kept saying, treat her well. Because I hadn't done that in the past because I wasn't here. I was here.
Yeah.
you know, so just said, treat her well, treat her. I'm like, great.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. I'm like, whatever. And
But once you purge out all that stuff that's not even you, it becomes easy to treat people well, because you're no longer a conditioned like actor.
Yeah.
You know, you are literally your true self, and so things
straight
physically hurt your heart. If you were to hurt somebody again, it physically hurts you to the point where you're like, that's not me anymore.
Seriously, like, honestly, like I had a dream last night where I was mad in my dream, and when I woke up, I was like, whoa, that was my ego.
Yeah.
But that's fine. If my ego can only do things in the fourth, I don't give a shit, because he's not here anymore. So
in a healthier position.
Yeah, so sent it through, you know, next, and you know, showed me, like I said, he fucking showed me like everything. I'm like, holy fuck. And then literally after it was all done, you know, after my slideshow, I guess, was done, and I got every awareness I literally was coming here for, it was like, I'm like, what's next? Because, oh no, he goes, okay, you're done. And I'm like, I literally said out loud, I laughed, I'm like, yeah, no shit, because I just thought I had seen it all, man. And I'm like, now what? And they say when you're about to get the sacred surgery that you'll feel it in your teeth. Mm-hmm. And literally, I'm like, well, now what? And my teeth went like this. Like my teeth like chattered, and I was like, is it surgery time? And it's like, yep, time for your surgery. And I'm like, okay. And it's like laid back. I was already laying back, but I felt like I laid back again. Mm-hmm. And it was so crazy. No aliens for me, unfortunately, but that's fine.
I think everyone else had their fair share of aliens.
Yeah. So the doctor that did my surgery was the same doctor who did my initial surgery of my accident. Dr. Raj Ratnam. Love you. I don't even think he's practicing anymore, but...
So he came to you in the astral plane?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was him again, and I was like, fucking, of course, right? Like, of course. And it's crazy, like, so it literally, like, lifted up my arm, because this was the worst extremity, right? And I was kind of examining it, and, I just knew it was him, and, like, I got goosebumps, eh?
Yeah.
So it was only for, like, maybe a minute, and then he laid my hand down, and he's like, you're done. And I was like, I didn't feel like them working on it or nothing. And I had way more extremities. And so I was like, that's it? Look at my sister. Shut up.
What is that? Bring on Lisa.
Get out of town. I still got lots of time for that, all right? We got to make this centered first and write my fucking book, apparently. So he puts it down and he goes, you're done. And I said, that was my sacred surgery? And he goes, no, silly. He goes, your sacred surgery already happened. He goes, your sacred surgery happened when we put you together that day, when you almost died. Because they fucking literally like Frankenstein you back together. Like I was busted, man. Busted completely. And I was like, fucking of course. You know?
Which just goes to show that you don't have to drink the plant medicine to be connected and to be with, you know, your angels, your guardians, and that.
You just have to be like in tune, you know. And you know, plants is definitely a way to connect.
This is a way to see it all and to really get connected, to have validation that there is more than we have been led to believe, you know.
Oh my God, everything you guys thought you knew, it's all bullshit. Look inside yourself and trust me, you'll find all the answers you need. And if you guys need help, I'm going to help you when I come home, okay? So I was like,
watch out.
Yeah. I was like, of course that was it, you know? And I just had this memory of the last thing that he ever said to me. And, you know, he grabbed my arm and he looked out, he's like, how you doing, Gord? How you feeling? Good, man. And he's like, are you still drumming? And I said, yeah, I am. And I'm like, I thought you told me I was never going to drum again, bud. And he's like, Gord, if I told you you were going to, would you have tried as hard? And I'm like, you motherfucker, right? What a smart man. Like, what a game of reverse psychology to play on me. But I realized that was the connection to the little drummer boy, right? So, like, oh, again, amazing, so amazing. And then, What happened?
What a big Wednesday.
Literally, I literally got it all on Wednesday. Like everything.
Beautiful.
Like, holy shit. Incredible. And that was it. And then, it was kind of like, this was all leading up to find your soul and find out who like you truly are and stuff like that. And I was just like, unreal, man, like so unreal. And, I came to, and it was like, it was kind of just like, take it all in. And I said to the creator, because it was kind of like Mother had stepped back and it was him for the rest of the trip. But she was like kind of standing back, like, smiling, like, like, yeah, there you go, Gord, like, you're welcome. And I kept saying, thank you so much, Mother, for this gift. Like, thank you so much for Rythmia. Thank you for fucking Jerry. Thank you for thank you for my accident. Thank you for everything that's ever happened in my life. And I said, thank you to my ego. I said, you know what, man? I'm like, you served me well. You really did. But I don't need you up front no more. Like, like, fucking stepped aside, bud. Right? And it was just fucking amazing. And I said to the creator, I'm like, well, shit, what do I do now? Like, what now? I said, what the fuck do I do tomorrow? I got it all tonight, man. And he's like, just embrace it. And I was like, for sure. Unreal.
Awesome.
And then, I kind of came down, and then, I heard Mother say, it's almost time to get up. And then, again, within minutes, it was like, lights come on. I'm like, holy fuck. And I like, yeah.
Very in tune.
Yeah, so it was great. But the key was accepting my death.
Well, because it's an ego death. It's like part of you that's not served you. It served you, but it's not going to serve you moving forward.
No, definitely not. But that's how I got it. So
how was Thursday?
Thursday was great. Totally different ceremony. They like scare the shit out of you for this one. They're like, yeah, you guys are all going to shit your pants. You're going to puke your brains out. And it's going to be fucking amazing and so wondrous. I'm like, okay, fuck. But
like, never trust a fart on Yahoo.
Yahoo. But great party. Oh my God. So this one goes from 7:30 p.m. Where we usually start 5:30, and we actually went till 9 in the morning.
I know.
Holy shit.
I know.
What a trip.
And I had to be at dance at like 3. Did you go dance?
I did. Yeah, you guys loved it too. You guys said it was really, really fun.
You,
I was like on this side of the room, and I ended up over here, and then I played the drums with Justin and Kyle.
That was amazing.
I know, it was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
We're gonna do another one hopefully later.
Did you purge a lot on Thursday?
No, actually, I didn't purge. I purged Monday, I purged Tuesday, but just the one, right? Because she's like, you have to get this going. Wednesday didn't purge at all.
Wow, that's because you were flying.
And I had 4 cups.
Yeah.
And the Yahe, I had 2 cups of that. Excuse me. Sorry. And I didn't purge at all. Like,
no, it's what I mean. Like, everybody's so different. Some people shit all night, puke all night, and other people don't get any of it.
I swear one guy was like fucking throwing up Satan himself. And he's like, and like, people, like, it was brutal. But
it's amazing. I think Zinlin I gave her a beautiful healing that night, and she has got like thyroid issues, and so when I was healing her, she was like pulling out all this like energy from her neck, and it was just so beautiful to be there to facilitate that. And she's such a beautiful girl. Yeah,
I love you, Zin.
And her mum, you know about her mum's miracle?
Pew, yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
Oh my God, it was so cute. Oh my goodness. She's like, how was it? Just something about sadness, and she's not sad anymore, and like it was just she was crying after, like, and such a little Asian woman, and the girl, first 2 nights she's like, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, you're a trooper, right?
Yeah.
And she put her hand up, and she was like crying, and it was so beautiful.
It's amazing when I see people bring their family, and like Ziblin's come before, and then she came with her mum this time, and they're just so beautiful, and they're really, really, really doing the work and really healing. Just imagine, like, if you could come here with your parents or your loved ones, the depth of the healing that would ripple out into your circle, it's just profound.
Yeah, like Guido and Priscilla are here.
Yes, I love them.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. They each had a great trip each night too.
And their sister came, Priscilla's sister came before as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Jessie.
Cool. Yeah, so I didn't catch it all, and I swear to God, like, I feel like I was like sitting in like my monk position for like 8 hours straight. seriously, I sat up all night. Like I didn't even lay down all fucking night. Like I watched the first Healing Circle. Oh my God, the Healing Circle.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Unreal. Nico, what was what, bro? What was what? The Healing Circle was so powerful. But at one point, because it was like, you know where the aisle is where the crystals are, and then the door and where Jerry was on Thursday. So he was kind of like across from me, like really, really close. And at one point, Jerry he stood up, and I was just staring at him, and he was watching everything, and he was like kind of, moving to the music, and I was just like, I can't imagine how whole he feels in his heart seeing this creation. Kind of like how the creator sits in his chair eternally and just watches his creation, and like it's his baby. He loves it, right? And I was just like looking at him like, what a fucking legend.
Well, it's like what we can all do. It's like when people leave here, they're just like, how am I going to take this experience with me? And it's like Jerry received profound healing and was given direct downloads like what you have. Yeah. And he actioned it. And now he's built this whole environment which is conducive for his healing, but also happens to help everybody else who comes here. Yeah. And so that's what I feel like when we go out into the world, we just create our environment which is conducive for healing for us, which everybody will benefit from anyway. It doesn't have to be on a Rythmia scale. It can just be in your home kind of scale. Yeah. It's just like creating that environment around you is really important, and it will ripple out, and they will all just be continuing to be part of this beautiful magical shift.
And by the way, everyone, Rythmia is the #1 resort in the world, no?
Yeah, on TripAdvisor. Yeah.
#1.
And if you haven't...
and I know why now.
Oh, yeah. And if you haven't written a review on TripAdvisor, please do. I mean, we already are leading like #1 on it, but I encourage people to write their review because I witnessed firsthand how your stories change people's lives and save people's lives. There are people that come here that thought the website was bullshit, didn't believe the hype and all this kind of stuff, but they read some reviews on TripAdvisor, got through like the first 20, and we're just like, no. But then they read this one person's story and it touched their heart, made them come, and it saved their life. Yeah. So if you haven't yet written about Rythmia and you've been here, please do share your story, because the more people we can touch, the more people we can save, and the more we can like change the planet. Seriously, it starts with you just being you. And if you haven't been here yet, please get here.
Oh, get your asses here.
It's amazing. Did you do breathwork last night?
I did. Yeah.
And how was that after the ceremonies?
Breathwork. You know what? The way I positioned myself, I got like this pain in my shoulder, and I was just like focused on the pain. But I still get like the numbing sensation in my face and stuff. But like, shit, man, a couple of people got their miracles last night during breathwork.
I heard like 3/4 of the bloody room got it.
It was pretty good, but one that was really, really profound was Amanda.
Yeah.
And she had a really, really, really shitty attitude all week, and every ceremony, like, she literally didn't get her Trinity. She didn't get anything, like nothing. And she got it in breathwork last night, and we were all like, oh my God, yes. Like, there's so much love here. It's fucking amazing, man. So amazing.
I love that.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Breathwork is super powerful. I've definitely experienced miracles on breathwork alone, because you are using pranic life force to open up your channels and connect you to the divine. And it's free, and you can do it at home. So if you haven't been to Rythmia, just practice breathwork at home until you get here. There's lots of information online. Christian Minson talks about it, the transformational breath work, and you can find people around your local area that do it. But breath work is powerful, and then when you get here, you'll be ready and prepped with your clear body vessel to let the medicine go in even more. And then beyond here, you can continue to practice breath work, because it's a tool for you to connect into your true self. You can see visions, you can get downloads. So really use it as a tool, pre, post, and everything to do with being here. Look at this guy. He's like, ta-da. Okay, so what would you say to somebody who is sitting on the fence about coming here?
Well, the plant medicine calls you. And if you feel that calling, answer it. And I know, and you always see like in your guys' Facebook lives that people say they have the calling and that, I'll get to Rythmia one day, but this, and this. And just believe, because you can manifest anything into reality. You can, as long as you believe, and that's what it starts with. And I try to tell everyone that, if it's calling you, just answer the call, and the funds will come and the time will come.
It really does happen like that.
But if you're on the fence about Rythmia, just don't even think twice. Even if you're scared, I saw people who were fucking terrified, like scared, and every day they come back and they get in line and they fucking drink it. They drink the sauce, and that's courage right there, And so if you're on the fence, get your ass to Rythmia. And if you're gonna book, use my name. Seriously though, use my name. I need 3 people. And just like Zin did for me. Did I say what Zin did? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have a shit memory. I'll pay for a 30-year trip if you're my 3rd person. So the race is on, people. Just kidding.
It is a beautiful way to come back for free. Once you get here, you'll see the reason why. We get a lot of people say it's a pyramid and all this, and they don't subscribe to it. And it's like,
whatever, man.
It's like, no, it's all how you
keep those
perceive.
low vibes out of here.
Yeah, it is low vibe, but it's all perception, because we want you to come back for free. But ultimately, we do want this to be a replicable business. It's a business that we want people to create around the world, and it's got to be financially viable. It just has to be. Otherwise, people are going to go elsewhere and build a different kind of business, like strip clubs, like Jerry was going to do. So this.
What was he going to call it? The cockpit.
Cockpit in airports, for fuck's sake.
He was going to build a strip club in airports. Unreal.
So just know that it is a beautiful, beautiful way for you to come back for free, for us to get more people here to heal, and ultimately to make this word, ayahuasca, this beautiful sacred plant medicine, ripple through the lives of people that would never have been able to drink this medicine had this business not been here, and service people that would never have been able to come. Like I said before, we have had people that have been blind, not been able to walk, people that just wouldn't go to the jungle. So Rythmia is extremely, extremely necessary, extremely. And the fact that you get to come back for free and help other people is just an added bonus.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what? If you have that mentality, you're in the mind of a consumer. You're like, this is a scam. But it's like, think about the purpose behind this place. Think about, you know what? Jerry makes money, big deal. You got to make money to fucking survive.
He's not actually making money yet because he's in a lot of debt because of it.
Right.
But it will be financially viable. This is what I mean. Like, we are going to be packed out. Yeah. Like, once Thrive 2 hits, we are going to have a waiting list of 6 months. So get here before that comes out, and then experience it and get a position and a place in now.
Yeah. And it's all about the purpose. Like, this place, it exists. It exists, for people to come and have this experience. And trust me, you'll never ever doubt it again. Freaking once you see what goes on here.
Yeah, it's true. This is why I love it. This is why I'm here, and I've chose to call this my home. Let's just check on some comments.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Can't really see them all because of we can't see them because of the technicalities that we had. Maybe you can check.
Yeah, maybe I can. Here's part 2. Can do it on my phone.
So sorry about the issues that we had. I think it's his power he's exuding over here, because my screen went blank and it's never done that at all, and I can't actually see the video that we are recording.
Yeah, it's a little behind, eh?
Yeah, it's a little bit behind. We're watching one on the a different on the actual Facebook page, which isn't the one filming us. Oh, look, Alyssa says, money is just energy. People project their attachments to it, which is sad, and it needs to be reprogrammed. Oh, hi. So that is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's very true, and it's all about perceptions, isn't it? It's just people. I see a lot of comments and stuff about this is for like a spiritual elitism and all this kind of stuff. And it's just people's perceptions. Once you get here, you will see that it is just a very necessary place. It's not just about the plant medicine here. It's the people you'll meet, the staff. It is about the whole way. It's perfectly orchestrated for you to heal and integrate. So I can't see any comments. Let's have a look. Definitely is Candice. Yeah, I like this, Elizabeth. Oh, he's in his energy, that is.
Guys, send us some questions if you got any.
Siobhan, hi Candice, I'm booked for my July trip. I love and miss you, Siobhan. You're amazing, and I can't wait to have you back here. Yeah, if you've got any questions, put in now because we can't see any of them. I'm going to have to figure out this whole technicality kind of deal.
Weird.
It's very weird. It's never happened before, and I've been doing this for a year, so I'm not quite sure. Definitely you'll...
It's the energy. I'm making the computer malfunction. Just kidding. But Candice, I want to say something to you actually.
Oh, okay.
First of all, like your story, I just wanted to say how, you know, how grateful I am for you and everything that you do here at Rythmia. And I just want to say, like, your story is, you know, it's intense. This girl's been through a lot, you know, and she's got a huge heart and she's such a beautiful soul. And I just wanted to let you know that and just congratulate you.
You got it. You got it.
You're such a sweetheart.
Mirror reflection.
Meh.
Nah. Thank you. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay.
How do you get
Prepare before you go there. So La Dieta is extremely important. A lot of people don't bother with it, and I personally can tell you from experience the difference. My first 5 ayahuasca journeys,
and how many have you done?
Over 300. I stopped counting at 300.
Holy shit.
But it's like the first 5, I was so scared and so like I just thought I was going to die, but it was just so, I know I needed to do it. And so I was water fasting, I was colonic cleansing, I was juice fasting, I was literally sticking to La Dieta in the strictest way. And then I literally connected and skyrocketed, and there was none of the discomfort in the first instance. But what I have noticed as I have become complacent and working here and, you know, working and living whilst drinking the medicine, it's pretty tough to stick to La Dieta rigorously, especially if you want to go out and enjoy meals with friends. And I've noticed that when I'm not sticking to it, I don't connect as well. I don't see visions as well. It's a bit hazy. I get like
that toxicity in there.
Yeah, I get the shits more. Like it just really, there's proof in the pudding. If you can cleanse before you come, meditate, connecting with yourself, maybe write down some questions you want to ask, and it will all start coming into fruition for you when you get here, because Mother Ayahuasca rewards you. So she will spank you on the ass if you decided to go and have McDonald's the day before you drink her. She will tell you off because she loves you and she wants the best for you. So if you are meeting her with respect and you are not, going off tracks, then she will honor that and she will let you connect with her in a deep way.
One thing is to think about your intentions too before you come here.
Oh, yes.
Definitely. Intention is everything here.
1,000,000%. And we have the 3, like you mentioned. And but beyond that, you can ask for next steps of show me who I'm being called to be. Yeah. You can heal forgiveness. You can forgive the unforgivable in people. There's lots of different things that you can do next steps. But the first 3 are very, very important. Show me who I've become, heal me back with my soul, merge me back with my soul at all costs, and heal my heart.
Yes.
Let's have a look. Will you guys ever have a DMT ceremony? Well,
Justin, come on. You know the active ingredient in ayahuasca is DMT. And these ceremonies they're sacred, right?
Yeah, it's totally sacred. It's not like, getting off your face with friends like back in the day when you were younger and then it went horribly wrong because there was no intention around even sacred medicines, even like when marijuana and things like that are used. When you abuse them and you're not meeting them with respect, then it can really go terribly wrong. Whereas here, everything is so sacred. And DMT is the in the ayahuasca, and so we don't do the direct hit of DMT, which is like the 8-minute kind of whoosh. We have the longer journey, which is more the way nature has planned for it. It's directly from the plant, directly brewed in a specific way, like the shamans have been doing for thousands and thousands of years. So Andrea, I can't wait to reconnect. I love you so, so much. I can't see any more questions. I'm super sorry about
Me
that.
either.
No,
I can't see nothing.
Something's going on with our technology. I'll figure it out so this doesn't happen again. But I just want to say thank you so much. That was brilliant. Can't wait to read your book. Can't wait to see your YouTube channel. Can't wait to see your baby and your wedding pictures. Okay, we love you so, so, so much. Thank you for tuning in. If you don't know about Rythmia, please, please, please check out Mrs. Moon's Medicine on YouTube. Definitely. And The Reality of Truth as well. And Jerry's book is epic. Shit the Moon said. Justin, I can't wait to try ayahuasca. Yeah, she can't wait to meet you. Okay, take care.
Love you guys.
Love, 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 love.